G'day, my name is Felix. Welcome to my little corner of the back rooms. Today we're checking out more 14 Days with You. Let's get into it. Where were we up to here? I guess I could stay, if that's really okay with you. Yeah, of course. It's totally fine. Wow, he really was an energetic, eccentric man, wasn't he? Sure. Let me know if you need any more pillows or is that a tattoo? I shouldn't be looking there, I'm sorry. It's above the text. That's my excuse. Or if the room gets too cold, I haven't worked out how to use the fancy heater system yet, but I can definitely try. Also, you already know where the bathroom is, but if you... Okay, I think I got it right. I shoot him a reassuring smile as I turn to face him at the door. I should have gotten used to his attentive and observant behavior by now. But, oh, he looks like he's pouting! But it still felt like a foreign side of him that I hadn't fully uncovered. Still, at least he wasn't stuttering as much anymore. I know, sorry. I just want you to be as comfortable as possible, so just treat this house like it's your own. I've never lived anywhere this fancy, so I'm not so sure about that, but sure. Alright, gotcha. He looks like he doesn't want to leave, and instead lingers in front of the door a little while longer. Are you sure there isn't anything else you need? Anything at all? Can I sleep in your bed instead? You want to... in my room? Did I just say that? I can't keep letting these intrusive thoughts win, but it's fun! It's a game! I don't mind, but what's wrong with the guest bedroom? You're not in it? He peers behind my head to glance around the room behind me before sheepishly meeting my gaze once more. Nothing's wrong. I just wanted to tease you a little bit is all. Sorry, I don't really know why I said that. Oh, I see. Don't worry about it then. So I can't sleep in his bed? And to be honest, I kinda enjoy it when you tease me. Haha! I fucking knew it! So he does like it. Well, if everything's okay, I guess I'll let you get some sleep then. Yeah, okay. So wait, I can't get a goodnight kiss because I joked about sleeping in his bed? So I can't get either? That's a bummer. Alright then. Great. I successfully made the mood completely mortifying again. Well, you're the one that decided to backtrack. You should have just stuck with it. Good night, Felix. Sweet dreams. Good night. I watch in silence as Ren turns on his heel and makes his way toward his room, down the hall. Bummer! Shaking my head at his odd behavior, I close the door behind me and slowly make my way toward the bed. I noticed that the Harucourt plushie Ren had bought earlier was sitting on top of the sheets. I gently bring it closer to my chest and give it a soft squeeze. So you really did buy this for me after all. What a nice room. Very spacious. The faintest hint of cherry and mint emits from the toy, and it makes my mind drift to thoughts of that strange pink-haired man once more. He was still as odd as usual, but some parts of him were starting to feel rather endearing. I noticed how he was no longer stuttering as much or acting as shy, and it made me wonder if we were getting closer. I would fucking hope so! We went on a date! Now that I really thought about it, how did I feel about Ren? I'm crushing on him. Okay, so maybe I did find him rather endearing and attractive. Ren was very considerate and attentive toward me during our date, and I could see myself wanting to go on another date in the near future. He certainly had boyfriend potential, but I still needed to work up the nerve to make it lead toward that direction. He seemed far too hesitant to do it himself, but it would have been nice to see him put more effort into it as well. Babes? Let me bring my mic a little bit closer for this. He's been following you since fucking elementary school. How much more goddamn effort do you want from the man? I think any more effort would be terrifying, to be completely honest with you. Also, I'm still certain he may have taken care of our coworker. So, I don't think you should ask for any more effort or things may get terrifying very quickly. Oh well. Just knowing Ren wanted to spend the entire day with me is enough. Rolling onto my side, I hug the plushie closer so I can be surrounded by his comforting scent and slowly drift off to sleep. Sleepy time! Would you like to save? Sure, why not? The unusual sounds of city life and traffic pull me away from my slumber, and I wake to the sight of an unfamiliar ceiling. This wasn't my bedroom, and it certainly wasn't my bed. Last I checked, my duvets were patterned purple, a housewarming gift from Violet when I first moved into my apartment, not this dark shade of black. My sheets are... Aww. So I went to check my sheets, even though I know I have black sheets, and I just noticed that 2 of the cats are sleeping on my bed, and it's very cute. Actually, I'm going to take a picture. 1 second. My babies are so cute. Anyway, yes, back to the game. I'm very distracted tonight. I apologize. I had a few drinks with a friend while playing Peak, and it's also nearly 5 a.m. I feel like you guys are getting used to this from me at this point. Confused, I rubbed the sleep from my eyes in order to fully take in the rest of the room, and just like that, memories from yesterday come flooding back. Alright, Ren offered to let me stay the night due to the freak storm that swept over Corlin Bay. It was sweet of him to do, and it had me wondering where he was right now. Probably somewhere in his house. Was he still fast asleep? Or perhaps he was already awake. Considering yesterday he was up before us, I believe he'd probably be awake by now. Deciding there's no time like the present to find out, I stretch out the knots in my body, wake myself up fully, and jump out of bed. As soon as I walk out into the hallway, the mouth-watering scent of something sweet and sugary greets me, and it almost had my feet floating toward the kitchen, like in those cartoons. Curiosity, or perhaps hunger, takes over my body, and before I know it, I find myself navigating through the maze of Ren's stupidly large apartment. Speaking of the devil, there Ren stands in his kitchen, hunched over the stove with a spatula in one hand, and what looks to be a recipe pulled up on his phone in the other. He doesn't seem to notice my presence yet, so I take the opportunity to study him a little bit more. And although I could only see most of his backside and side profile, I could easily make out the concentrated look on his face as his gaze flits back and forth between his phone and the pan. But just when I think he's about to turn around, Ren lets out a surprise noise and immediately lifts the pan from the stove. Jeez. Sniffing the air, the smell of something burning invades my nostrils and has me retreating back into the living space for some fresh air. Wow, did Ren really manage to burn a pancake? Be nice! Cooking's not for everybody. Maybe he just wasn't that confident in cooking. Regardless, seeing him put so much effort into something so trivial did manage to pull at my heartstrings. Deciding I've had my fill of watching Ren, I finally make myself known. Ooh, give me a good old hug from behind. Quietly tiptoeing behind the taller man, I wait for the perfect opportunity to strike before wrapping my arms around his waist and resting my head on his broad backside. Just say shoulder or something! Backside makes it sound like you're resting your head on his arms! Felix? I didn't hear you, Despite his flustered outburst, Ren doesn't seem to move from my hold. In fact, he almost seems to melt and lean into my touch instead. Almost as if to confirm my thoughts, I feel him wrap one of his arms around my waist to pull me in for a brief hug. Good morning, Felix. I was going to surprise you with breakfast in bed. Sorry, did I take too long? It was like I flicked an invisible switch because all of a sudden, Ren was back to the usual timid personality that I'd grown to know. Oh, you don't have to go through all that trouble for me. It's fine, I wanted to, really, here. Without giving me a second to spare, Ren conjures up a plate full of thick, fluffy pancakes from somewhere behind him, alongside a few toppings as well. What kind of toppings? I didn't manage to burn these ones at least. Eat as much as you'd like. I'll have this one. You don't have to eat the burnt one, babes! He gestures to the burnt pancake still stuck to the frying pan. No amount of washing and scrubbing would restore that pan to its former glory. Giving Ren a pitiful look, I deposit a few fluffy pancakes into my own plate, before offering the rest to him as well. Ren, you've made enough to feed an army. Why don't we share? It's okay. I made them all for you, exactly how you like them. Brother, if you're trying to be sneaky about the stalking, you're really fucking bad at it. I gotta be so real with you. I know that I am a very perceptive person, but you're just very fucking obvious. Tone it down. Oh? And how do you know how I like my pancakes? Deciding to tease him a little, I threw the light-hearted accusation into the air and hoped that he'll catch it. Huh? Oh, I suppose... Don't people normally enjoy pancakes this way? I thought maybe... There he goes again, getting flustered beyond belief while his cheeks flush a deep shade of red. Really was adorable. Relax, I'm only teasing you. These pancakes are delicious, by the way. Oh, you were just joking. His mood immediately seemed to perk up once he hears my compliment. You like them? Really? You're not lying then? Then I'll make them for you again sometime. Only if you want, that is. It's no problem at all. I really don't mind. How about you just focus on eating first? Aren't you hungry? I snacked on a few pancakes while cooking them. Don't worry about me. You just eat. Sir? Do not make me drag you to sit down and have some pancakes. You want some different toppings? I'm sure I've got more strawberries in the fridge. Something inside me told me that Ren was lying about eating already. But I didn't feel like calling him out on it. Why? I'm good for now, but thank you, really. Seemingly satisfied with my response, or lack thereof, Ren lets out a pleased hum and instead moves away to busy himself with washing the dishes. My gaze follows him as I absent-mindedly catch a glimpse at the clock on one of the shelves. 8 o'clock on the dot. Wait a second. 8 o'clock? I was going to be late for work! As if picking up on my panicked behavior, Ren halts his movements and sends me a curious glance. Crap, I'm going to be late for work again if I don't leave now. I still need to walk home and get changed and... Hey, it's okay, Felix, calm down. Look, your clothes from yesterday are washed and dry. Why don't you change into them, and when you're ready I can drop you off at work. You have a car? In this economy? Ren? There I go again, relying on this enigma of a man and taking up too much of his kind hospitality. I was already overstaying my welcome by using his dryer and sleeping in his spare bed. But now here I was eating his food and being exactly 5 minutes away from getting a lift in his car. He really should be the one being called Angel instead of me. Thank you so much. I owe you my entire life. And I thought I was dramatic. And another date with you will do just fine. Okay, that could be arranged. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. His soft smile is the last thing I see before I head back into the guest bedroom to change. But before I can make it 3 feet away, Ren's voice calls out to me once more. Oh, but I should warn you. I don't exactly drive a car. Do you drive a motorbike? Or a Vespa? Please let it be a motorbike. I don't want to be driving on a Vespa. Turns out, Ren didn't actually own a car like I expected. He owned a damned sports motorcycle. That's so much cooler! Thank God it's not a Vespa. All black, sleek and scary, but what surprised me the most were the faded, always with you sticker decals that adorned the tank. So Ren was a fan of that webcomic as well. I always assumed the community was rather small, and there wasn't much talk about the webcomic online, so it was nice to know someone else enjoyed it as much as I did. But just as I was about to bring up the topic, my vision goes dark as Ren placed a helmet over my head with a smile. He fastens and adjusts the strap before motioning toward the back of his bike with an expectant look. Admittedly, I was a bit hesitant to hop on that thing, but Ren assured me that he'd tell me what to do and keep me safe the entire time. Daunting, couldn't even begin to describe how I felt when the engine turned on, and I was certain Ren had scratch marks with how tightly I was clinging to him. Oh my god, really? But I somehow came out unscathed. It's just a motorbike, dude. Calm down. I even managed to bag myself a nice warm hoodie that smelled like Ren, even if its only purpose was to protect me from the wind and flying debris. And when we parted in front of the library with a friendly goodbye, Ren waited until I was inside the building before taking off. But I barely make it 3 feet inside before a mess of blonde hair enters my field of view and almost knocks me over. Okay, she hasn't been taken care of. Phew, that's a relief. Felix, there you are. What voice did I give her? Oh my god, it's been so long. 1 second, let me go check the footage. Felix, there you are. Quick, I need your help. Eleanor's anxious demeanor catches me off guard and I immediately do a sweep of the library for anything out of place. But I'm hardly given any time to take in my surroundings before Eleanor reaches for my arm and all but drags me behind the reception counter and toward a mountain of paperwork. Stacks upon stacks of books, files, newspapers, and manila folders cover the entire expanse of their desk. And for the briefest moment, it almost resembled a messy archive repository rather than her workstation. What's all this? This was supposed to be sorted out yesterday. I swear I did it already. In fact, I know I did. I remember leaving it all in Conan's office before I left for work yesterday. So you can imagine my surprise when I saw it back on my desk this morning. What the fuck? Eleanor seems genuinely concerned, especially with how she's flitting about and pacing back and forth in front of me. It was almost like she'd seen a ghost, and if I didn't know any better, I honestly would have believed it. Please help me. If Conan finds out I somehow messed up again, I don't know what will happen. Hey, don't worry, Elle. I'll help out. And I doubt Conan will get mad. You know how he is. I suppose you're right. Her shoulders seem to visibly relax at my words, and she slumps into a chair with a heavy sigh. Thank you so much, Felix. Do you think you can manage the stack of books? I'll handle all of the files. Without missing a beat, lest our boss magically appear somewhere behind us, we immediately get to work. Time flies by quickly when I have my chatty coworker to keep me company. She fills me in on how the freak storm caught everyone off guard, and how some of the patrons shared the same idea of seeking refuge within the library as well. Apparently, Eleanor was the only one around to keep an eye on things, and from the sounds of it, she seemed to take on the leadership role like a pro. Still, discussing her whereabouts had me thinking. That reminds me, where did you go the other day? The other day? What do you mean? You remember Ren, the pink-haired guy? Oh, Loverboy! Yeah, him. After we had that conversation with Ren, I never saw you afterwards. Oh, let me think. I watch as she inclines her head to the side to think. And all too quickly, she snaps her fingers and gives me an affirmative nod. Oh, that's right! Well, this is a bit embarrassing, but I ended up going home early. I must have accidentally bumped into something while cleaning the stockroom the other day, and before I knew it, one of the shelves came tumbling down on me. Ren tried to push a fucking shelf on her? God damn. Sorry, baby. Did I wake you up? Sorry about that. I accidentally woke the cats. It wasn't until a little while later when Conan found me and pulled me out. What? You were trapped? You knocked over an entire shelf? Miss Creston. Knowing I was only teasing, Eleanor sends me a sheepish smile and bows her head to hide her reddening cheeks. But now that I think about it, the shelves in the stockroom had always seemed relatively stable to me. My coworker wasn't known for his strength, so it didn't make much sense for it to topple over that easily. But thankfully, Eleanor elaborates more, almost as if she could hear the gears in my head working overtime. Well, I suppose it was a tad bit odd. I worked in this library for more than 5 years now, and not once have I heard so much of it as a creak from those shelves. Does seem strange, yeah. Well, I have no doubt Conan will be installing new storage shelves soon. Oh, speaking of, did you notice the new awnings outside the library? I suppose that sudden storm from yesterday had something to do with it. In fact, maybe you heard it on the news already? I heard that all the rain... Our conversation gets cut short as I watch Eleanor's attention drift behind me and toward the flashing red light above one of the shelves. Duty calls, I guess. As soon as she stands, I shoot her an appreciative smile, which she returns with an apologetic one of her own, and meanders her way toward the aisle. Now, left to my own devices, I go back to sorting through the books and putting them into separate piles. I manage to get a solid 10 minutes to myself before the sudden sense of unease creeps up on me. It felt as though someone was watching me, so I took a curious sweep across the vicinity to try and locate the source. But nothing seemed out of the ordinary. People were studying, others were quietly typing away at computers. I could even spot the back of Eleanor's head from her spot near the fantasy aisle section. Wait, fantasy fiction aisle, there we go. Nothing was out of place, yet that unnerving feeling of having eyes on the back of my head still lingered. In fact, now that I thought about it, it was eerily similar to the feeling I got when I was walking home a few days ago. Violet's words about someone breaking into my apartment echoed in my mind before it all suddenly dawned upon me. The supposed person watching me. Could it somehow be linked? No, definitely not. Shaking my head, I tried to dismiss those unsettling thoughts before they started to develop into something more sinister. There was no one watching me. After all, there was hardly anything impressive about me to warrant a stalker in the first place. I was as plain as they come, and if some asshole really did break into my house, they left empty-handed. That alone clearly proved that I don't own anything worth stealing, except maybe my limited edition Tackle Giant figurines, but even then... I remember thoroughly inspecting my entire apartment once I got home. Nothing was out of place, nor looked like it had been touched. Everything was as I left it that morning. Yet it still didn't explain why I was feeling this way. Fear and apprehension seemed to overwhelm my senses so much that my mind barely registered the sound of something rustling. And I looked down to see that I had been worrying the papers in my hand for the past few minutes. Had I been stressing out that badly? Jeez, I really was letting all this paranoia get the best of me. Shaking my head once more, I decided it's best not to let those thoughts fester and grow into something far bigger than it should be. No one broke into my apartment, and no one was watching me right now. I was making a mountain out of a molehill. Nothing was going to scare me. Hello! Ah! Whoa! Instead of some creepy stalker dressed in all black, I was met with blonde hair and expensive-looking clothing. Was this the person I felt watching me? She's pretty. It was difficult to make out her words over the loud, rapid sound of my heartbeat, so I tried my best to calm down before responding. Sorry, I didn't notice you come in. Welcome to Colin Bay Library. Can I help you with anything? I hope I sounded professional enough, though I'm sure there was still a lingering sense of fear in my words and facial expression to match. But it starts to dissipate as I take in the woman's appearance. Her green eyes seemed oddly familiar to me. But what gives it all away is how the woman slightly inclines her head to the side as she looks over me with concern. Surely not, was that? I don't suppose. Are you Kiara? Eleanor's told me all about you. In the flesh? I'm actually here to visit my darling sister, would you believe? But how you've piqued my interest. She shoots me a harmless wink and rests her hand atop the reception counter. Oh. Wow, even the clanging of her jewelry sounds expensive. I can't help but look at her in awe. Tell me, what else has Nori said about me? She loves your taste in fashion. She better. I didn't pursue a career in fashion for nothing. Did you know I designed her handbag? It's from the latest spring collect. Felix! As if summoning Eleanor herself, she emerges from somewhere behind me and joins us at the front desk. Kiara, what are you doing here? There she is. What, am I not allowed to see my little sis? I'm at work right now. You could have texted me in advance. Oh yeah, I see the resemblance now. Her hair's just a slightly darker blonde. They have the same green eyes. But I wanted to surprise you! And look, I came bearing gifts! At that, Kiara places a few bags branded with high-end prints and designer logos. Sorry, darling! If I knew I'd be meeting you here, I would have brought extra. I'm fine, thank you. But I'm sure there's something for you in one of those bags as well. Pick whatever Eleanor doesn't want. I genuinely wished I could be rich enough to say something like that. Yeah. The sisters seemed fully engrossed in each other's presence, so I leave them alone so that they can have their moment to catch up. After all, I didn't know how long it had been since Eleanor and Kiara had seen each other, and the mountain of work in front of me wasn't going to sort itself out in the meantime. You know, I've just had a thought. At the very beginning of this game, I designed the little pixel character of me. Never saw it again. In fact, let me look at this. Oh, Ren also uses they, them pronouns. I didn't notice that. Oh, Conan does too. Teo pisses me off. I gotta be so real. Oh, this is Teo. I see now. There, that's the little character I made. Still confused. Always. confused. Okay. But before I can silently slip away and sit back down, a tattooed arm boxes me in and commands my attention. Don't tell me! And for the second time today, the expensive smell of wealth and luxury floods my senses. Only this time, I knew the person it belonged to. God fucking damn it. I fucking knew it. Damn, who are they? Seemingly out of nowhere, Teo appears with that familiar smirk on his face, an unbothered drawl in his tone. He's absolutely shameless with how his eyes lock on He's absolutely shameless with how his eyes take in both of the sisters' appearances before he's leaning more of his weight onto his arm and shooting me an expectant look. Don't even think about it, Teo. Trust me, you don't want to know what I'm thinking about right now. I will kick you the fuck out. Don't be gross. Given how he leans even closer to my side with a sultry grin, I end up believing his words. After all, I wouldn't put it past Teo to think up multiple ways to cause a scene in his free time. Not jealous, are you? No, bitch, you piss me off. Why would you even... Whether or not it was my sudden outburst that captures their attention, Eleanor and Kiara finally seem to notice us, and I thank my lucky stars for a chance to escape this conversation. Perhaps I could sneak off to the employees' lounge while everyone was busy talking. I'm sure you work here too. I've got a few things here that you could check out. Despite my disgust at Teo's blatant flirting, Eleanor seems to be eating it up with a slight blush on her cheeks. Oh my fucking god. Get me out of here! Oh, actually, I was just visiting. I don't work here, but little Nori over here does. I'm sure she can help you out. Despite her friendly tone, Kiara seems to be passively shutting down Teo's attempt at flirting and redirecting it towards Eleanor instead. Yet Teo doesn't seem to be picking up on it. Oh my god, of course he's dense. Instead, choosing to lean a little more against the counter so that his muscles flex under his form-fitted shirt and crosses his ankles. I want to leave. I violently want the floor to swallow me, or aliens to abduct me. I want to leave. You're not from around here, are you? I'd remember a face like yours. Fuck's sake. My name is Theodore, by the way. But cuties like you can call me Teo. Charming. I'm Kiara. I know, I'm only in town for a few weeks, visiting some relatives and finding some inspiration before I head back home. Inspiration, huh? I could show you around. Well, aren't you fun? What about my baby sister? Huh? But I'm older than you. Come on, live a little, Nori. You always tell me how you hold up at work all the time. I suppose, but... Looks like you're in need of a bit of fun. I can help with that. I hate this so much. Pibbles, save me. Have either of you been to the aquarium yet? It opened recently. Not yet, but I'll have to give you a pass, I'm afraid. Aquarium's not your style. You're not my style. Burn! Ouch. Despite the low blow to his ego, Teo didn't look the least bit offended. In fact, he seemed to thrive. Oh my god, of course. He seemed to thrive off of it. But as if fate felt the urge to intervene, Kiara's phone suddenly goes off and she startles everyone. Sorry, give me a sec, I need to take this call. I wish I could leave. Can someone call me? Can someone phone me so I can leave? She slips away before anyone else can have a chance to respond, and without missing a beat, Teo immediately takes her previous spot beside Eleanor. I hate it here. Don't be a creep at my work. And what about you? Me? Don't see anyone else around, princess. I'm right fucking here, mate. Oh, my shoulder just cracked. Oh, well, I mean, I think it'd be fun, but I suppose it would be a bit awkward if it's just you and me. You heard her, doll. I'm not coming. Absolutely fucking not. As if finally acknowledging my presence, Teo turns toward me with an expectant look on his face. Why don't you tag along? I'll even see if Leon wants to join in the fun. It'll be like a double date. At that, Eleanor visibly seemed to relax a bit. Great, I can't say no now. Fuck my life. I spare a quick glance in her direction and I can pick up on the barest hint of hope in her eyes. Ah! God damn it. Wait, she wanted to go on a date with Teo? Girl! You're too good for him. No fucking way. This is painful. I don't know, Elle. He's kind of a piece of shit. Oh, what? Got better things to do? Yes! Literally anything. Anything! Look, I'll pay for everything. I can even pick you up as well if you want. Sound good? Not that I'd ever openly admit it to Teo, but as offer was finally starting to sound tempting. Well, I suppose if you're paying for everything and picking me up. I mean, free food and a free outing. It was too good to refuse, however... Fine. But I'm doing this for Eleanor. Eleanor seemed to brighten at that, and her smile just about makes it all worth it. The things I do for you, girl. Swear to God. Attaboy. Knew you weren't gonna chicken out on us. I'm not doing it for you, mate. I would walk into traffic if it meant avoiding you. Then it's settled. Leon and I will meet you both here tomorrow after work. What time do you finish? Around... There you are, Felix. I didn't realize you were busy. Oh, hey, Conan, what's up? Finally, it was as if someone had heard my prayers this time. Conan emerges from somewhere behind me. What was up with that today? And offers me an escape from the current conversation. Thank you! Fucking thank you, Conan. Genuinely thank you so much. And without missing a beat, I turn toward my savior and spare him a thankful glance. I make sure to silently apologize to Eleanor as well, clearly uneasy with the thought of leaving her alone with Teo. But she seemed all too happy with how she subtly shoos me away with a hand behind her back. Girl. Sure, I can slip away for a moment. Do you need something? Just need an extra pair of hands to sort through some boxes. But if you're busy, I'll manage it by myself. I'm not busy. I couldn't be any more not busy. I couldn't be freer. I desperately need something to do. It's fine. I could use a breather. Okay, so perhaps I didn't need to announce that so joyfully. With warm cheeks, I turn back toward Eleanor and Teo and send them one final apologetic look before following after Conan. Thank God, dude. Well, on that note, holy shit, it's been a while. Okay, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Take care of yourself, and I will see you in the next one.